As parents, I know how frustrating and overwhelming it can be to understand and know what do we need to teach our children. What do we need to teach them to be successful? Yes, they go to school and they learn things at school. They may go to church. Maybe they pick things up at church. But what do they really need to be good, amazing humans? And so in today's video, I wanted to talk about the 10 things that you should be teaching your children at a very young age. And I wish I had this when I grew up because I think it would be so incredible. But I got to learn them as an adult as well, which was incredible as well. But before I get into this video, please hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and share this with anyone that has children that you know might struggle with knowing what do I need to teach my children. And if you enjoyed this video and you want more on parenting, let me know in the comments below and I will share more parenting videos. But for the purpose of today, I broke it down into 10 things that I have been very intentional about teaching my boys. And so the very first thing is how to love themselves and how to love others. This is very important on how to love themselves, because if you can love yourself, all of you get to show up and be an incredible human for others that you want to love in your life. But you have to love yourself first. The next is how to listen to others. To really listen, not listen to respond, but just to listen and hold space. And how to listen to yourself. This is a big one. A lot of people don't know how to listen to themselves and honor themselves. And I will be doing some videos later on about listening to ourselves, which is so, so important. And then the other one is how to have respect. What does respect mean? Because in school it may be something different versus what it is at home or what it is in other public places. But how to have respect for other people. It's so important for your children to realize what respect means. And also, as a parent, respect them. Show them what respect is. Respect their boundaries and start creating that. Showing emotions. How to show emotions and feel the feelings. This is a huge one. In today's society, we, especially young men and boys, we have conditioned them to be, oh, you're a guy, you just need to stuff down your feelings. If you have boys, teach them to feel their feelings. Teach them to show emotion. It does not mean you are weak when you cry. It doesn't mean you are weak when you need space. It doesn't mean you are weak when you need support. We need to get away from that. And you need to teach your children this. And especially boys in a society where we are just drilling down that men have to always be the strong one. Because that is not true. That is not true at all. And stop teaching that. And then how to be confident. How to be confident in themselves. And sports does a really good, sometimes does a really good job at teaching confidence. And teaching them what they need to know to be good at something, right? To be confident in themselves. But you as a parent also need to teach them how to be confident. But in order for you to teach your children this, you have to be confident in yourself as well. So do the work first too. And then how to speak up, to use their voice. To use it in a way of impact. Not to be mouthy, not to be a horrible person or whatever any of that is, but to use it as an impact, to speak up. And I tell my boys all the time, regardless of who is getting bullied, who is being made fun of, you have the ability to stand up and speak up. You need to use that ability. You know how to stand up and speak up. You know how to take a stand. And therefore it is your purpose and your job to stand up for those that may not have a voice. So teach your children to speak up and use their voice. and teach them the difference between speaking up and being angry about it and speaking up and fighting for themselves. There's a lot that comes in with speaking up for yourself. And the other one is how to be resilient. I feel like I have had to learn resilience in my life to keep going after what I've wanted. And I actually did a podcast episode of how to be resilient, to keep going. And I think that's so important to teach our children, regardless of what comes in our ways, in our obstacles, the things that we face. We have to be resilient, because if we are not, we're not going to get where we want to go. And you have to show them that. You have to be resilient and teach them how to be resilient. And when they're struggling and they want to stop, you're going to be there to help them and pick them up and keep going. And it's not about just stopping at little things, but teaching them to be resilient in anything you want. That's just 10 things that I could think off the top of my head that I really teach my boys. And a few bonus ones that I didn't have wrote down that are just coming to me now is going after what they want. I think it's so important to teach them that they can go after the things that they want. A lot of times we get so stuck in this mindset of, you need to go to college, you need to do this, you need to do that, you need to do this. But what if that's not what they want? What does their heart desire? And a lot of times as parents, we think we know what's best for our children, but we don't. They really know what they need. And even at a young, early age, they know what they need. And we have to start listening to that and not trying to control every aspect. And yes, it is our job to keep them safe, but we also have to listen to them and encourage them to go after the things that they want to go after. So those are some things I would say as parents to start teaching your children this. And if you would love to have more parenting tips, as most of you know, I'm a single mom of 2 incredible, amazing boys. And I have learned a lot about parenting and the right and the wrong way to parent. I wrote a blog post about that. It's on my website if you want to check that out. Just a hint, there is no right or wrong way to parent, but your way. And you get to evolve and grow that. And that's what I had to learn. I used to be very religious and strict on my boys. And I learned that me on a pedestal as a parent wasn't working. But if I took the pedestal out and I became this collaborative parent with them, we became really close, so we could communicate now. And we have an open dialogue, and we're so much closer as a family. We're so much closer. So I encourage you to do the same thing and not put yourself on pedestal like the parent knows everything, because that's not true. You learn more from your children than anything. And yes, you're older and you're there to protect them, but at the same time, they need to have a voice as well. So those are the 10 things plus the few bonus ones that I gave you that I would say start teaching your children now. And again, if you have not done so, please hit the like button and the subscribe button. And let me know which ones you implement with your children. And if you have any that you feel like need to be implemented, feel free to comment those below. And again, thank you so much for all your support on my channel.